So it seems The Last of Us Part 3 might actually be a thing. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about Uncharted 5, The Last of Us Part 3, and pretty much everything Naughty Dog. Pretty much over the past week or so, we've been getting a lot of PlayStation rumors, State of Play, Uncharted 5, and now The Last of Us Part 3. So a little over a week ago, really the first kind of rumor started with this person who used to work for Naughty Dog. He was the head of Uncharted The Lost Legacy. He then moved over to, I think, Square Enix, or Crystal Dynamics, excuse me, to work on Marvel's Avengers. He's since then moved back to Naughty Dog, and it seems he's working on a new project. On one of his social media accounts, he posted a picture of a cannon, and in the caption said research. So this led people to believe maybe he's working on another Uncharted game, maybe a remake for 1, maybe Uncharted 5. And that was the talk for a few days until we got another rumor about a State of Play, one that will be held on April 16th, a Thursday, so just a couple days from now. Now, I believe when I first made this video, I credited Nate the Hate, very prominent, very popular and trusted insider in the gaming industry, but I believe it was just his post that I saw, and I thought it came from him, and I saw a lot of other people crediting him as well, but it actually came from someone else, someone by the name of Alir. This person is very up and coming in terms of like being a credible insider. So they gave a prediction, a rumor that a State of Play will be happening April 16th, just 2 days from now, and Nate the Hate actually corroborated this guy saying, yeah, this State of Play will be happening April 16th or around that date. So that's probably also why I was confused and why I credited Nate the Hate. So we have this Alir guy saying that we're going to be getting a State of Play April 16th. Then a few days ago, we also got some more information stating that Uncharted 5 was actually in development around COVID, so around 2019, 2020, but was then scrapped. We all know The Last of Us Part 2 came out in June of 2020, and since then, Naughty Dog has yet to release any new title. This was reported, I believe, by Tom Henderson and Insider Gaming, so again, very credible gaming insiders. As of right now, officially, we know Naughty Dog is working on Intergalactic, right? We also know that they are working on at least, I believe, 2 other games. This has been known for a while, nothing confirmed. Technically, the only thing we know for sure that they're working on is Intergalactic. We've heard a lot of rumors stating that they're working on something else apart from that. Now it seems like the more likely one is Uncharted 5 or some sort of remake. Then we get to today, right? Again, we have this Alir guy stating that, yeah, apart from Intergalactic, they are working on another Uncharted game, whether that be a remake of the first one or Uncharted 5. He then goes on to say that he heard that Nate is actually in this game. And then he goes on to say that they're going to be working on The Last of Us Part 3 because there is one, it does exist. He just wonders if Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog will actually finish this game. So look, this is a lot of rumor, speculation, a lot of grain of salt to be taken with, but typically when we have these insiders who are very in the know of many things, especially when you have these very trusted insiders, when they say certain things, most of the time they are right. Information they give isn't always completely accurate because of course nobody apart from the people who are actually involved with making these projects would know official dates and timelines and things like that. The best they can do is just give us information they've heard from different people from different positions. That's why I said for the State of Play, right? Typically if they say April 16th, it's either April 16th, a few days before, or a few days after. It's never completely off, right? Like that State of Play, I have no doubt is gonna happen relatively soon. So yeah, I mean, I think we all expected The Last of Us Part 3 to happen at some point, right? It's just been a question of when. Even with this series being gone for a long time, and it's gonna be gone still for even longer, there's no way Naughty Dog could absolutely just ignore this series, leave it off at 2, and never come back to it. Especially with Naughty Dog being absent since 2020. They've been working on Intergalactic for almost 7 years now. They've only been dropping remakes and remasters of their previous games. Obviously, Intergalactic is gonna be the first game to come out in terms of like the games that we kind of know, that we've heard of, that Naughty Dog is working on. So if Intergalactic comes out mid to late next year, then this Uncharted game probably isn't coming out for at least 2 to 3 years after that. Then The Last of Us Part 3 is not coming out probably until early 2030, because Naughty Dog isn't a Capcom, right? They're a studio that has like 500, 600 people. They are splitting up the work, it seems, to work on different projects, with the main focus being Intergalactic. So every other project apart from that is gonna sort of take a back seat, since they probably have most of their people working on the main project. Now back to Uncharted, right? We know it's seems to be an Uncharted game. We just don't know what per se. It could very well be an Uncharted 1 remake. I would be happy with that. I would definitely take that. It could very well be an Uncharted 5 game where, we play as Cassie and an older Nathan Drake. I'm really interested to see how they handle this game if it is Uncharted 5 and not a remake, because while we do all want to see Nathan Drake return, we all want another Uncharted game. If they bring back Nate and they somehow not ruin his character but just kind of mess up the flow of the series, then we're all going to be like, hey, maybe they should have just left it alone. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Either way things turn out, if we get an Uncharted 1 remake, if we get an Uncharted 5 where we play as Cassie and Nathan Drake, I'd be fine with either or. I wouldn't be mad with getting a remake over Uncharted 5, I just hope if they go with Uncharted 5, they do not mess up what they have with Uncharted, what they have with Nathan Drake, because like I always say, with the ending we got in Uncharted 4, that's not something you can get all the time. That's not something many game series get to get. Now, as for The Last of Us Part 3, look, we've got absolutely no clue what this game could be like in terms of a story. I think that's the main issue regarding this game, right? Why this game hasn't come out sooner. We've heard that Neil Druckmann has had maybe rough drafts of the story, and he's been not ignoring the series, let's just say that. And I mean, how could you? It's one of PlayStation's biggest series. I mean, you could argue that it is its biggest series as of right now, or as of recent time, I should probably say. To be honest, I feel we should just ignore The Last of Us Part 3. As much as I don't want to, as much as I would like to keep talking and speculating on it, it's probably best to just ignore it and focus on Intergalactic and this new Uncharted news. Intergalactic is next up in the line of games from Naughty Dog, and it seems Uncharted would be right after that. Neil Druckmann is currently spearheading the main team behind Intergalactic, so he couldn't be working on The Last of Us also, and then we have someone who previously worked at Naughty Dog, who worked on The Lost Legacy, left and then came back, and then we see the social media picture of a canon titled Research. We don't have a lot of official information, so the best we can do is just try to connect the dots, connect all the pieces, and I mean, I think we're all doing a pretty good job, right? It seems like this is what's going to be happening. This is going to be the play from here on out. Intergalactic, Uncharted 5, or maybe a remake, then The Last of Us Part 3 in however many years. So yeah, we've got a lot of gaming news ahead of us. It seems like we might be getting a state of play on the 16th or around the 16th, but I'm pretty sure also we're getting an Xbox like live stream reveal thing. And then we have the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, I think called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Seems like Ubisoft is going to reveal that on their own terms. And then randomly, it seems like we got a new Metro game that's going to be revealed on the 16th as well. Although it's not completely random, because the day before it got revealed, I actually did see a rumor about it. So I mean, cool to see. I do need to go play some of the Metro games. I started Exodus, barely started it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully you enjoy the video. If so, like it up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.